Here is something nobody told you in school. Your brain is genuinely, measurably bad at handling money. Not because you're stupid, not because you didn't try hard enough. Because the brain you are walking around with was built 40,000 years ago, for a world where money did not exist. And the financial system you are living inside was built specifically to find every vulnerability in that ancient brain and profit from it. Right now, Americans carry $1.28 trillion in credit card debt. The average balance is $7,886. The average interest rate is 22.3%. And 49% of Americans call this normal. That is what level 1 is. Understanding that the game exists, and understanding that you were put in it before anyone explained the rules. Let's start with something called loss aversion. In the 1970s, two psychologists named Kahneman and Tversky ran a simple experiment. They asked people to choose between two options. Option A, you receive $50 guaranteed. Option B, you flip a coin. Heads, you get $100. Tails, you get nothing. Mathematically, those options are identical, but almost everyone chose option A. Then they flipped it. Option A, you lose $50 guaranteed. Option B, flip a coin. Heads, you lose nothing. Tails, you lose 100. Again, mathematically identical. This time, almost everyone chose the gamble. What that experiment proved is that losing something feels roughly twice as painful as gaining the same thing feels good. Losing $20 hurts more than finding $20 satisfies. Your brain is not weighing outcomes. It is weighing feelings. Here is where it starts to cost you money. When your investments drop, your brain screams at you to sell. To stop the pain, when they rise, your brain says, hold. Maybe buy more, which is the exact opposite of what builds wealth. Buy low, sell high sounds obvious. But your brain is wired to do the reverse. There is a second bias that hits even harder. It's called present bias. Your brain dramatically overvalues things happening right now compared to things happening in the future. Not slightly, dramatically. Researchers tested this. Would you rather have $50 today or $100 in 6 months? Most people took the 50. Doubling your money in 6 months is an extraordinary return by any metric. But the future version of that money feels abstract, almost fake. The $50 right now feels real. This is why saving feels so hard. You are not just choosing between spending and saving. You are choosing between the very real present version of yourself and a future version of yourself who feels like a completely different person. Your brain does not naturally protect future you. And every system around you was engineered to exploit exactly that gap. Buy, now pay later. 0 interest for 12 months. No payments until 2027. They are not being generous. They are using your neuroscience against you. So who built this system? And why does it work this way? The short answer is incentives. Financial literacy is not taught seriously in most schools. Not because it is complicated, but because a financially literate population is more expensive to profit from. That sounds like a conspiracy. It is not. It is just math. The consumer credit industry in the United States collects approximately $130 billion in interest and fees every year. Visa alone reported $35.9 billion in net revenue in 2024. Mastercard reported $25.1 billion. That money does not come from rich people paying off their cards every month. It comes primarily from people who did not fully understand what they were signing into. Not because they are stupid, because the product was designed to be understood just enough to say yes, and not enough to see the full cost. Kahneman spent his career proving that these biases are not bugs in human thinking. They are features. They helped our ancestors survive. Prioritizing the present over the future makes complete sense when your biggest concern is whether you will eat today. The problem is, those instincts did not update when the environment changed. Your brain is running 40,000-year-old code inside a system that was specifically engineered to find every vulnerability in that code and charge you 22.3% per year to exploit it. And the most dangerous part is not the debt. The most dangerous part is normalization. When 49% of people call this normal, the trap becomes invisible. You stop looking for the exit because you stop believing there is one. So what do the people who beat level 1 actually do differently? It is not discipline. Discipline is willpower, and willpower runs out. The people who consistently make better financial decisions do not rely on feeling differently in the moment. They change the environment so the moment never comes. Automatic savings transfers that leave your account on payday. Before you ever see the money. Not because they are more virtuous, because they understood that future them is a stranger. So they made the decision once and never had to make it again. When companies switched retirement accounts from opt-in to opt-out, participation jumped from 49% to 86%. Same people, same salaries, same company. The only thing that changed was which direction required effort. That is the pattern break. You are not fighting your brain. You are designing around it. You cannot rewire 40,000 years of evolution. But you can set up your financial life so that the path of least resistance is the one that helps you, not the one that extracts from you. Make the good choice automatic. Make the bad choice require effort. That is it. That is what the 3% do differently. Not intelligence, not income, not discipline. Default settings. The money game was not designed to be fair. It was designed around the exact version of you that walks out the door every morning. Present-focused, loss-averse, overconfident, and completely unaware that any of this is happening. $1.28 trillion. That is not a statistic. That is 40,000 years of ancient software running inside a system that learned how to read it before you were born. Level 1 is not learning about money. Level 1 is learning that the game exists.